This is the Andriivka region of Ukraine. Several Ukrainian soldiers are searching the area for reconnaissance. Unexpectedly, in this open area, the Ukrainian soldiers are ambushed by Russian forces. They are panicking and looking for cover, but the location they are in is so open that it doesn't seem possible. They call for help over the radio. They have no choice but to find a safe area for themselves. Russian soldiers continue to fire outside of their line of sight. When the shooting decreases, the soldiers move to find a position. Even finding direction is difficult in this foggy weather. They need to find a place urgently. They are moving towards one of the ruins here. It will protect them from enemy fire for a while, but they still do not know what kind of attack they will face. Look at the destruction and chaos in the region. It has become a place where no human being can live. The intensity of the war is so great that villages, towns, and cities have been evacuated. The Donetsk region is a very critical place for both sides. The struggle for survival here is based on experience. They found a suitable position for themselves. They have no choice but to wait here now. Watch carefully for the Russian attack that will begin shortly. Russian soldiers can clearly see their position. They are shooting directly at the target. Where they are still is making them an easy target. They need to get out of here. These two soldiers are experienced and continue to be careful. They can see where the shots are coming from. A mortar attack is taking place. They now know that Russian troops can see them. They need to get out of here now. They go to another ruin. This one looks a bit more solid, but now a bigger mortar attack is taking place. Russian troops are tracking the location of these two men very well. These two soldiers now have no choice but to wait for support. They can't see the Russian forces, but they can see these two soldiers. That's why the Ukrainian soldiers can't respond. It's certain that they won't leave the area without some kind of support. Now, let's look at another image. This is Donetsk region. Russian soldiers are raiding a building used as a position by Ukrainian soldiers. While Ukrainian soldiers are outside the building, they are unexpectedly attacked. One soldier is injured and they immediately carry him into the building. A fight begins. Russian soldiers are positioned in a different abandoned building across the street. This is now turning into a battle between the two buildings. A conflict that will last for hours begins for both sides. The battle continues by seizing buildings in this abandoned place. There are Ukrainian soldiers on every floor of the building. They continue to fire at each other. It is known that the Donetsk region is the place where the most intense fighting in the Ukraine-Russia war took place. This conflict could last for weeks. Another Ukrainian unit arrives to support the building. Did you see the bomb that fell in front of them? The building is surrounded from all sides. The reinforcements that will enter there will have a hard time. Since it is so hard to enter, it will be very hard to get out as well. Urban warfare takes too long. The battle for this building seems to be taking too long. Now let's look at the North Korean soldiers captured by Ukrainian drones in another area. These 3 North Korean soldiers were spotted by Ukrainian drones near the Kursk region. One of the soldiers is lying wounded. Another soldier is running towards him. They carry the wounded soldier on their backs and lead him into the woods, but the real reason they're here is to escape the war. A Ukrainian kamikaze drone is heading towards them. North Korean soldiers carrying the wounded soldier on their backs are still unaware of the drone coming towards them. But when they notice the drone later, they leave the wounded soldier and start running away. In the first attack, the other two soldiers were injured and threw themselves under the trees. The other one tries to run away. Another drone is sent after him. The North Korean soldier gives a relentless fight to get rid of the drone. He manages to escape this drone attack, but another drone comes. He continues to use the trees effectively to evade the drone attack, but the third drone hits nearby, and he is injured. He tries to shoot the drone that is coming towards him, but he can't. The drone's explosive doesn't hit him exactly, but it injures him. The other North Korean soldiers are seen to be in serious condition. The injured one tries to protect himself under the tree, but the drone is now after him. The other soldier friend tries to help. He checks how his friend is doing, but he is badly injured. There is no chance of survival. The North Korean soldier who sees his fellow soldier dead looks towards the drone. He realizes that he is now alone, and there is only him. Apparently, he is very angry. He starts chasing the drone with a tree branch he has in his hand. This shows that he is in shock. This is a supply area near Kupiansk. Russian forces use this route as a transit route. When Ukrainian forces notice this route, they launch drone attacks. Some tanks were abandoned by Russian soldiers, but they had to be destroyed by drones so that they could never be used again. Within a few hours, a dozen T-72 tanks are destroyed in the same area. When aid and supplies fail to arrive, Russian forces often abandon these vehicles, leaving them behind. They have no choice as they cannot continue without fuel. In the Velika-Novoselka area, Russian troops launched a massive offensive, taking advantage of the bad weather conditions. There are military vehicles and infantry units. Despite the snowfall and poor visibility, reconnaissance drones detected Russian troops still approaching. Later, units from the 110th Motorized Infantry Brigade launched a systematic attack on the Russian convoy. The first vehicle in front of the convoy is hit by an artillery shot. Several more accurate shots are fired. The two leading armored carrier vehicles are destroyed. FPV drones attack the target one after another. The Russian convoy is faced with high firepower. They still cannot react to the attack. The attacks coming from afar shock them. BMP-1 armored vehicle in front, being destroyed by FPV drone. Control is now in the hands of Ukraine's attack drones, and there appears to be no countermeasures that Russian forces can take against these drones. The convoy's progress has completely stopped. The road has become impassable for them. Systematic drone attacks continue. The front of the convoy was destroyed first. Two Soviet-made BMP-1 tracked vehicles were blown up. The Russian military convoy is trying to escape backwards, but the drones are not allowing it. From a few hundred meters ahead, Ukrainian artillery is now targeting the rear of the convoy. The convoy is being attacked from both sides. The terrain is muddy and the weather is rainy. If they enter the field, the vehicles will not be able to move forward here. They are trying to move forward, crashing into each other in a panic. A few armored vehicles carrying infantry are trying to escape. The terrain is so open that they are now a completely visible target. The convoy is increasingly panicking, but they will not be allowed to escape. The Ukrainian artillery unit behind will soon begin firing continuously. The ambushed convoy is approaching its end. The convoy suffers heavy losses. Only a few fast vehicles from the Russian unit manage to save themselves. This is where we see the importance of air superiority. Don't forget to share your thoughts about what happened in the comments. Thank you for supporting us.